Hello, sports fans, and welcome to another edition of Scott Sports 101. I'm Scott Trello. We'll talk travel Major League Baseball, and we'll talk Cavs and NBA training camp, and we'll talk about the Browns, but first, here is here is today's Scott Sports 101 trivia question. What manager led the Boston Red Sox to their first championships in 86 years? I'll have the answer later on the broadcast. The Tribe's three-game win streak was snapped as the Tribe lost 5-4 to the Chicago White Sox at Guaranteed Rate Field in Chicago last night. Trevor Bauer was on the mound for the good guys last night. Bauer went 4 innings, giving up 5 hits, 2 earned runs, and striking out 4 batters. Then the bullpen went to work, but just could not get the job done. Carlos Carrasco came in the 5th inning and finished out the rest of the game. Carrasco went 4 1/3 innings and gave up 4 hits, 3 earned runs in the 9th that sealed the victory for the White Sox, and struck out 8 batters. The Tribe scored 3 in the 3rd and 1 in the 4th. Yan Gomes smacked a home run to extend the Tribe's lead in the 4th to 4-0 in the 4th inning, but the Tribe was not able to hold on to the lead as the White Sox rallied in the 9th and got the victory. Normally I would say that the Tribe was going to regroup, but the Tribe and White Sox are well underway, and it's 5-0 in the bottom of the 4th. It is a 5-0 lead for the Tribe in the bottom of the 4th at Guaranteed Rate Field in Chicago. Shane Bieber is on the mound for the good guys tonight, and with a record of 10-5, and Jace Fry is on the mound for the White Sox with a record of 2-2, and we're well on the way because the first pitch was at 8:10. And the Tribe will take on the Houston Astros in the ALDS series. Game 1 will be on Friday, October 5th. That's when it'll begin. And Game 2 and 1 and 2 will be in Houston Friday, October 5th, and Saturday, October 6th. That's Game 2. Games 3 and 4 will be here in Cleveland on October 8th and 9th. And Game 5, if needed, will be back in Houston on October 11th. Now, with the Major League postseason just around the corner, and with one starting appearance left for Trevor Bauer, says he is good and ready to go for the postseason. Bauer was pleased with his performance, Tuesday. His percentage on strikes jumped from 50% in his first start Friday against Boston to 72% against the White Sox. Now, sources asked what his next step will be. And Bauer told reporters, I am ready. So I don't know. Hopefully I can get 85 pitches in on Sunday, is the progression. And he's like, I finished with 20 to 25 in the pen today, so I should be good to go for 85 next start, then cleared for just normal activity. Pitching coach Carl Willis said, I think Trevor Bauer is definitely going to pitch on Sunday, but Carlos Carrasco is going to get the start. And Willis also said, we'll figure out how best to use Trevor. It appears the Tribe will start Corey Kluber and Carlos Carrasco in games 1 and 2 of the ALDS in Houston. Then this series will move to Progressive Field for Game 3 on October 8th, and that's the only game guaranteed to be played here in Cleveland. Would Bauer get that start? Who knows? How about Mike Clevinger? Could be. Or do the Indians think Bauer is recovered enough to start one of the first 2 games of the ALDS? Now, it's a possibility. It's a strong possibility, and he could start, and he could work out of the pen. But we're going to have to wait and see. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. If Bauer should be in the starting rotation or work out of the bullpen. Let me know what you think. I want to know your input. I want to know your thoughts. Leave me a comment on my discussion page on my YouTube channel, Scott Sports 101, or go to my website, scottsports101@gmail.com. Let me know what you think. I really want to know what you fans think and what your thoughts and inputs are, and what all of you really have to say about this. Let me know. I really want to know. Now, last year, who would have ever expected Bauer not only to start Game 1 of the ALDS against the Yankees ahead of Gluber, but to come back on short rest and start Game 4. Now, when it comes to the Indians and playoff rotations, little is written in stone. You got to know that. Keep that in mind. Remember, Bauer is 7-0 with a 3.18 ERA in 8 career starts against Houston. And all of that isn't going to do random variations, as he likes to say. Tribe skipper Terry Francona has already said he'd prefer to go with a 4-man rotation in the ALDS, but he was learning that way as well last year before Bauer started 2 of the first 4 games. It was 4 games. Bauer may also start the postseason in the bullpen, and I feel that might be a good place for Bauer to start the postseason, because when the postseason begins on Friday, October 5th, because Bauer has done very good coming out of the pen, and he thrives when he does come out of the bullpen. So you gotta take that into consideration and really realize that when the postseason begins, and we will see whether he's starting the pen or be in the starting rotation when the playoffs begin on Friday, October 5th. The Cavs had day 2 of training camp today. This fall, Kevin Love is back at his normal position at power forward, with C.D. Osman penciled in at 3, and a trio of big men battling it out in the middle for the shooting guard spot. Will feature a battle between in the middle. The shooting guard spot will feature a battle between J.R. Smith, Rodney Hood, and Kyle Korver, with George Hill and rookie Colin Sexton dueling for starting duties. Now, if Colin Sexton the rookie could have a breakout year, could really step it up and really come out and play well, he really could really be a player to be reckoned with and really become a starting player in the rotation. But I feel he needs to come off the bench. Start somebody coming off the bench for somebody. And now, what do we expect with George Hill? Do we get the George Hill we had last year, or the one from 2 years ago? And where does Jordan Clarkson fit in all of this? Those questions will be answered as training camp progresses on, and we are just a few weeks away from the preseason starting on October 2nd, and a few weeks away from the regular season beginning on October 17th. The Cavs are still interested in trying to get point guard Jerry Butler from Minnesota, but I don't think that's going to happen, although we have an owner, Dan Gilbert, who's not afraid to spend money. But I really don't think it's going to happen. He's going to go for, I think, a different player, so we'll see what happens with that. We'll talk Browns in just a sec, but first, it is now time for the answer to today's Scott Sports 101 trivia question. What manager led the Boston Red Sox to their first championship in 86 years? If you said Terry Francona, you are correct. Terry Francona was hired to manage the Red Sox in 2004 and led the team to 2 World Series titles, ending the franchise's 86-year-old championship drought. And as you know, Terry Francona is the manager, is now the manager, I should say, of your American League Central Division champions, Cleveland Indians. And I will have another trivia question on my next broadcast, which will be tomorrow night on Scott Sports 101 Thursday Night Football pregame show, and I'll have the postgame show immediately following. All right, now, after getting their first win of the season and first win in 635 days since Christmas Eve 2016, the Browns are getting ready to take on the Oakland Raiders at Oakland Company Coliseum in Oakland, California. Tyrod Taylor is still on the concussion protocol evaluation list. So that means that Baker Mayfield, the Browns' number 2 quarterback, their number one pick overall in the draft, will get his first start against the Raiders on Sunday. Now, this is not going to be an easy game for the Browns, being on the road in Oakland, but sources say, and I say this too, that the Browns are going to steal this one on the road, and they are going to upset the Raiders by a final score of 24-21. And Hugh Jackson says Baker Mayfield has got the magic, and I am confident that Mayfield will come through for the team and get the victory for the Browns on Sunday. Although the Browns know the Raiders will be ready for the game for the game on Sunday, because the Raiders want to avoid going to 0-4. And the Browns want to go to 2-1-1, and they would really like to have that happen. They want it. But there will be no surprise this week, and surprise attack in this week's game, say the 0-3 Raiders, as their new head coach, John Gruden, who is an expert in all things quarterback, etc., and Hugh Jackson and went to college with Gruden in the late 80s, so he knows Gruden well, and he knows what to expect. And kickoff is at 4:05 p.m. on Fox Sports and Fox NFL Sunday, and you can catch all the game coverage on Sunday. And so I just feel this is really going to be a good game between the Browns and the Raiders, but I think the Browns are really going to come out on top and really still a win on the road. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this edition of Scott Sports 101. Always remember, be a team player each and every day in every way possible. So long, everybody. 3, 2, 1. I'm done.